Uh-oh. Helena is pregnant with another potential heir to the throne?
How are you feeling at the midway point of season 3?
Ormund, is he the kind of fun the show needed, or is he a little too make Westeros dragon free again coded?
We'll answer all those questions, get to your feedback, and break down the midpoint of House of the Dragon on this episode of
The Joffrey of Podcasts.
Very busy. Many important matters require a king's attention. I'm king now. King now. I am king. I am kiss it. Kiss it again when I return. Your fingers or your tongue? Doesn't fingers discuss battle plans. Stupid girls. Your fingers or your tongue? I am the king. I'm telling mother. Oh.
Welcome to the Joffrey of Podcasts. My name's Bubba, and with me, as always, is just a bitch with a dragon. It's Catfish.
Bubba!
Yeah.
Always a pleasure to be joined by someone who is poor in intellect, but also poor in cunning. Glad to have you here, Bubba. We're going to be breaking down House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 4. As you said, we're halfway through Tumbleton. Ormund's invasion of Tumbleton forces Rhaenyra into a corner. Uh-oh. We're going to play our classic match games. We'll talk about the highlights and lowlights from Team Black and Team Green. And like I said, we're going to talk about it at the halfway point. Bubba.
Yeah.
I'm going to give my rating
Let's hear it.
This episode. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10, what I like to call triple O's.
Triple O's?
Yes, that is, as we all know, what we refer to as Ormund's outrageous orthodoxy. Bubba, I was really enjoying Ormund. He was just taking names. He showed his third leg to Lord and Lady Footlys. But then, Bubba, he got real dark at the end of the episode. It was all fun and games until I was reminded of someone I like to call Ramsay Bolton. So that's how dark I felt it was, Bubba. And so, as we were talking about, oh man, even Game of Thrones, we had some characters who were outlandish and braggadocious. And now we had it for 2 episodes with the leader of the triarchy. So I was really enjoying Ormund. He's just like, first of all, like me, the man loves baths. And so I was all in with him. He was so much fun, just trash talking. And I'm like, this is great. This is what we need. We need a baddie to root for. And then it got dark as far as he's like, well, okay, I dispensed justice before. Now I'm going to dispense justice again on the back end, the double-ended justice. And then his, as I said, orthodoxy, his sense of orthodoxy. I just want to see less of that, Bubba. You know what? I mean, I know that the Game of Thrones was dark, and, I was so into a show with Dunk and Egg. Yeah. And so I'm not asking for jokes, but I'm asking to keep it let me have some fun here. And so I gave it 8. I'm a little concerned about Ormund going forward, but that's me, Bubba. Well, what about you? What did you think about the episode Tumbleton?
There were a lot of great building blocks in this episode.
Okay.
But I am not using that for double Bs. I am only going to give this 7 double Bs out of 10.
Building blocks.
No. Baby bumps. We got a baby bump that is in big trouble. And so, holy smokes. Literally, Rhaenyra was telling Alicent, I wasn't going to kill him. Notice that's kind of past tense. Now I am going to kill your son, Darren. But what if, dear Lord, there's yet another claimant to the throne and it's in Helena's belly? Ruh-roh. Now, 7 out of 10 this week, once again, I say I don't need action and I don't need action. But this week, it feels like we are paying for some sins. The show is paying for some sins. People have already talked about how episodes 1 and 2 of this year feel like episodes 9 and 10 of season 2. And so it feels like we had to have a million building blocks in this episode because last episode we just did an episode of Rhaenyra's problems. And it was a great episode. But now, we get to this and they're literally 5 episodes left, and it's like, oh boy, we've got to do building blocks for all the other stories that are going to pay off this season. And I felt it was kind of messy. It certainly wasn't as dramatic and interesting as the previous 3 weeks have been.
Okay, you do have to set things up.
Yeah,
and I felt that, as I said, Game of Thrones famously had in the early seasons the sexposition, where they're like, all right, we're going to give you an info dump. So what we're going to do is going to be people going crazy. So I felt like they did a good job saying, well, we got to build other things up here. So let's really just go ham with Ormund. So for me, he was enough of a spark in the show that I didn't mind the other stuff that needs to happen, Bubba. You got to have your vegetables, okay?
It totally does. I think they didn't make it as dramatic as they needed to. I'm with you. Ormund is great. Can you believe that they've replaced sex position with bath position?
I'm all in for it, Bubba. I am all in for bath position.
But how about this? Let's go kind of big picture. James Norton, the actor who plays Ormund Hightower, this is his first season on the show. He's already fourth billed in the credits, meaning you've got Matt Smith, a.k.a. Daemon Targaryen. You've got Emma Darcy, too, on the cast list as Princess Rhaenyra. We have Olivia Cook, third on the cast list as Queen Alicent. And now fourth on the cast list, you've got Ormund Hightower just here. Wow. That's how important, and I guess big, James Norton is. So, wow.
I mean, they certainly set him up big, Bubba. All right, well,
I'm telling Mother.
As always, if you give us the feedback right away, we can read the feedback for that episode, and we're going to read some feedback on this episode today, as well as episode 3. So to do that, all you have to do is hit us up.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube, obviously you can't comment on that on the episode because we've already made the podcast. But send us hit us up on Instagram. Leave those messages on YouTube. Like, subscribe, the whole thing. You can hit us up at double PHQ Media. That's the word double, the letters PHQ. Oh, it's just double PHQ, right? Oh my God. I've blown it on all social medias. I've only been doing this for like 15 years. So you gotta give me some beginners, some slack. But Bubba, thank God I'm going to get some more work because a chance to get better. We are podcasting Silo now, season 3.
Wow. Catfish. We are 4 episodes into Game of Thrones season. Edit this whole thing. We are 4 episodes into House of the Dragon season 3. We are 2 episodes into Silo season 3. As soon as these shows are done, guess what? We're going to be diving into Slow Horses season 6. Please subscribe. We want you on this journey. We need your thoughts to make us make sense because we don't make any sense. And with that, let's see how much sense we cannot make by Catfish. We always start the podcast on a big positive. What is the best scene in this episode 4? Excuse me. What is the best scene in this 4th episode? What is your favorite scene? What made you sit up? So far, you've really been singing Ormund's praises, except for disliking Ormund's aftertaste of violence. So let's hear it. Where do you feel? What was the best thing in this 4th episode?
All right, Bubba. Well, I just want to see as we go along here if you can pick up a theme for me today.
All right. Okay.
So my favorite scene of this episode was Ormund's just dissing suckers left and right. Now, there were a few scenes that did it, but my favorite one was when he said he got his raven back. It was when he said that Lackwit sealed a marriage pact between Prince Aemond and one of his horse-faced daughters.
Ouch.
Send him another raven he can understand. One mayhaps with drawings rather than letters.
Boom. Boy, that is hashtag ice cold. Catfish, hashtag ice cold. Boris Baratheon, we did see in the very first season of House of the Dragon. He was in it twice, and he was in the final episode where young Lucerys, Luke, and Aemond One Eye were there, and he was like, he couldn't understand anything. Luke was like, my mom wrote you this letter, and he got the letter and he was like, I can't read Maester. So dang. Ormund is great at dissing suckers. So you have to love him. You have to love Ormund. He was doing bathtub bitch slaps, Catfish. It's great.
It's a little too close to home. His sense of who is fit to be a part of Westeros.
Oh, boy.
So I'm concerned about that. But throughout the rest of the episode, he was a delight. So that was my favorite scene of the episode. What about you, Bubba?
I'm gonna go away from Ulf. Listeners who've been following us these last couple of weeks, you have to
do Ulf. Because come on, when he was partying with everybody, when he was buying, how about when he found out that he was so important that he couldn't even live his life anymore? You can't pick one of those scenes.
That's not your belly of Ulf. I loved every minute with Ulf, but I'm going to go to my original guy because Ulf only showed up in season 2. I'm going to my original guy, Double C Criston Cole, who I saw someone else today describe his plan as like, wait, they outnumber us 20-1. Leroy Jenkins. I mean, you know what? If you're going to go out and you're like, well, I'm either going to die in a battle with Dragonfire. Oh, wait, there are no dragons around. Then I'm going to go out like a man, like the good old ways we used to die. Criston Cole, he's flipped the script. He's using Gwain's words back on him.
I was going to say, Bubba,
the guy is nuts. I love it.
I'm like, the last time I saw this guy, he didn't give an F about anything. And now he's like, let's go do this thing. The sooner I die, the sooner I can rest.
You're right. And so, what's hilarious is they're sitting at the table. Everybody, when you go to Harrenhall, you end up in that room and sit at the big circular table. And everything sucks. Daemon went there, it sucked. Aemon went there, he got shagged. Criston goes there. Wait a minute, we don't have any support. We're pretty much going to do, suicide missions. Let's go. I loved it.
All right. Okay. Hey, listen, that is your choice. I just can't believe that on an episode where Ulf had
oh my God. Ulf was great. Ulf was
loving life and then hating life. Oh my God.
Man. Well, let's get to him in our team.
I'm telling mother
segments. But right now we need to get to our listeners because we love their feedback. Are you ready for what we like to call the match game, Catfish? Listeners, this is where we come up with a match game question and we ask you to fill it in and see if you can match. And if you do, we're going to ring our little bell. So, Catfish, Queen Helaena Targaryen appears to be expecting.
Uh-oh.
And because of that, in Flea Bottom, new graffiti appears, which reads, Helaena has blank.
We'll give people time.
Come up with your answers, people. Queen Helaena Targaryen appears to be expecting. In Flea Bottom, new graffiti appears, which reads, Helaena has...
problems.
She does. Or do you want to make that singular? Problem. Hello.
Well, yeah, okay.
All right, no, she might have twins. That'd be...
All right, Bubba, I'm going to read the game question for you. Okay. Queen Helaena Targaryen appears to be expecting. In Flea Bottom, new graffiti appears, which reads, Helaena has...
dropped an egg.
Oh, excellent. Ouch. All right, here we go with our listeners' answers.
Oh, boy.
New graffiti appears, which reads, Helaena has...
triple B's.
Triple B's?
Bastardly big bosoms.
Oh, no. That was Jackson Kolar.
Yeah, that's not us.
Yeah. And Bubba Uncle Q says...
hey, the Uncle Q.
New graffiti appears, which reads, Helaena has a baby that is not a bastard, unlike someone else we know.
That's pretty good. All right, here, let me read you one. In Flea Bottom, new graffiti appears, which reads, Helaena has...
delivered missing book characters.
Oh.
That is Hun Pants. Excellent. That's dropping book knowledge, Bubba.
There you go. Link Hogthrob said, in Flea Bottom, new graffiti which appears, which reads, Helaena has crabs. Ouch.
Oh, Link Hogthrob.
Link.
Oh, my goodness. All right, and Orange Cane at Blue Sky says, the new graffiti says, Helaena has her brother/husband's or brother/brother-in-law's baby in her belly.
I love this because you can imagine how big the wall is.
All right, and here we go.
Here we
so go. Good. Pat, man, a deep OG said, the graffiti appears reads, Helena has given George R.R. Martin something to be happy about.
What?
The potential for televised infanticide.
We're going to get back to the fun times of season 1. Heck yeah. All right, and our last couple of answers. Here's Nicole at Nightwolf Nim on Blue Sky. The new graffiti reads, Helena has another incestuous alien. Oh, tip of the cap to, who was that? The Fossaway boy from A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Hamlet is dead, Catfish.
All right, Bubba, get ready. Get the bell ready. There's finally at least one.
Okay.
New graffiti appears, which reads, Helena has another cracked dragon egg.
Hell to the yeah. Let's go. All right.
All right, Bubba, let's do this. Oh, man. So good.
It is time now where we run down the teams, Team Green and Team Black, because we've talked so much so far about Ormund and Criston Cole and my boy Ulf. Oh, well, he's on Team Black. But still, we haven't talked much about Team Black. So let's go to King's Landing and Rhaenyra. Last week, the whole episode was about her problems, Catfish. You ready? Rhaenyra is sitting at the small council chamber, and there she's a lot this week, and she's like, why did this dude take Tumbleton? I mean, what is his deal? What's the deal?
And then she explains it first to herself.
I'm going to talk this through. Okay, so he's doing this. Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, she does figure it out. Not in
a way where she's like, oh, yeah, but it's almost as if they were like, you know what, let's give these lines back to her. But yes, she explains it all to us, Bubba, so we understand.
Catfish, you want to have a moment of silence for something that is lost to history and lost to time.
What is it?
The balls. The small council balls, man. Catfish. What is going on? We spent 2 seasons and 3 episodes celebrating these. You got to check in by dropping your ball in the dish. And she's literally calling them relics of a dead regime. What the hell?
That's the old way, Bubba. You know how it is in Westeros. Look, just because something's been going on for 1,500 years, that just makes it out of style.
Is this a good political suggestion by Mysaria? Hey, we don't have any money. If you name a master of coin, they'll get blamed instead of you. Do you like that type of politics? Oh, man. Catfish?
I just love the patsy here. Bubba, what if, you know what, I think we should change it, though. Let's really embrace it. Now, we've got more than one woman in the King's Council.
Yeah, we do.
Let's, you know what, this is so, man-coded. Put your balls in the dish.
Yeah.
What if we make everybody who is on the small council get their ears pierced and wear earrings, and you put your earrings in the cup? You know what I mean? It's like you're going to, put your earrings in the cup.
You always do that when you get home from going out on the town, of course.
Yes, earrings in the cup, Bubba.
Listeners, he's at CJG.
No, it's G to the man.
G to the man, I know, I'm kidding. Okay, sure. How about this? This small council is so small partially because her hand of the queen is literally just leaving. He's so frustrated that she wouldn't give his boys, you know what I mean? That she wouldn't give his boys the legitimacy. He's not even waiting for an order. He's just like, I'm going to go do this thing. And he tells his son, hey, I can't even face Rhaenyra and tell her this. You go tell her this. Maybe you can serve in my place. Maybe not.
right.
Kid.
I've tutored you in life at sea for 25 years. Now, you know what? You know what's easier than being in the sea? Politics.
Right.
Unless you're Graham Plantner.
Right. Oh boy. Now that Catfish current events, holy smokes. You get some weird tattoos when you're out in the seas, Catfish.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even know what they mean.
Now, Rhaenyra later, Alan comes and fesses up. Hey, my dad pieced out. How you doing? She is looking at her dad's Lego Valeria playset. And she says, my dad did this, and he did it because it was a reminder. Even great dynasties fall. I don't remember Viserys saying that's why he was doing this, the Lego set. I think she's trying to find sense in it.
Apparently, now, Bubba, I don't remember things very well.
Sure.
We all know that when it comes down to book or show knowledge, you're the best.
Okay.
But I could have sworn that when we somehow got on somebody's list and got to go to the HBO preview of this show, that he did say something like that in the pilot, that this was a reminder that all kingdoms fall eventually. That was in the pilot. So again, whenever there comes to book or show knowledge, I am always wrong. So no. I may be misremembering.
Wait, you are right, Catfish. You are absolutely right. And so hold on. Let me do a shocked face real quick. What? No, you did, Catfish. Way to go. See, I had too many drinks there at the premiere, and so I didn't remember. That's pretty good.
All right.
Now, do you think, I'm going to switch back to my stupid cat story. Do you think Alan giving that quote unquote good advice is enough to get him on the small council? She's like, okay, you seem cool. You said your dad just wants to hit somebody. I get it. Come give me advice. I've got all these chairs and nobody to sit in them. Alan, come on down.
I mean, listen, you know how focused she was last episode on the rats.
Yes.
So all people came to her last episode was with problems. Okay. Yes. And now all of a sudden somebody for the first time, besides name a master of coins so we can blame them, somebody comes up with an answer to the problem that was plaguing her the most was the rats. So Bubba, I say it's practical solutions.
Yeah, no, it is.
Get you a seat on the small council.
Hey, you get a seat. You get a seat. You get a seat. How many chairs are in here? Everybody gets a seat.
But don't forget, you got to get your ear pierced. So when you come in, put your earrings in the bowl.
Hell yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Yeah. She decides to keep this maester as part of her small council, even though this maester, who admittedly did serve her father, but this maester was serving Team Green. Do you think this is a good idea, or is this, like a lot of her ideas, possibly going to come back and bite her? What do you think?
Well, yeah, she can't scrape up some new maester.
No, she probably could if she wanted to. She totally could. She could say, "Hey, this guy served the usurpers. Get him out of here." Do you think his advice is so great that you got to keep him around?
I mean, you know what? He does say, "Look," and he says to her what I would say to her, like, "You got everything you need." He pitches to her what I tried to pitch to you last week.
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
Was that, hey, no big deal. You got the throne. Everybody knows it's you. Like, don't cause beefs.
Real quickly, let's go to, we're only going to talk about him a bit because he gets usurped by, the real clever person, Daemon, but she does bring in Tormund Manderly to be the master of coin. He kind of gets in one line. Is anybody considered a tax?
I mean, just brilliance. The head Patsy was like, here's his first idea. You know what people love? Taxes.
Love it. Right. Well, they don't have any money. I mean, I guess it's a way to get money, but it's like, what
are they going to tax, Bubba? Well, I mean, one of the problems we talked about last week is how are they going to get goods and services, goods into this damn castle?
Big, wonderful question. Let's listeners, if you have a thought on this, what you would do to solve this financial deficit. The deficit countdown clock is really going high at King's Landing. Write to us, go down in the YouTube comments and let us know. How would you solve this money problem? What do you do? What do you do with your credit card debt? Tell me, go finance it. And then later click on the Patreon link. So how about this? My boy Ulf. My boy Ulf. He goes out in the city. He can't read either. Do you like how they showed he couldn't read? And he's like, hey, what's that say? What's that say? And so he goes out there and then he's brought in. You're right. He's at the tavern. Everybody thinks he's a big deal. He's got to pay for everybody. Where did Ulf get money from? Rhaenyra's broke.
Well, that's so funny. When he went to Rhaenyra, I thought he was going to say, hey, my favor that I need is, shouldn't I get paid on the regular?
Right. How about this? I got a big tab down at the tavern. And he instead is trying to help his buddies out. Would you, if you got a big promotion, if you were suddenly in the president's orbit, Catfish, would you go, hey, my buddy needs a pardon, and my other buddy, he just needs a place, a little keep for himself? Or would Ulf is not looking out for himself just yet, and she gets oh man, she gets nothing. She gives him nothing. She says, when you're a part of the crown, you are a part of me. You are not going to any more taverns. You are not putting yourself in risky situations unless I put you there. Go to Tumbleton.
You know what, Bubba? This is everyone gives a bad name. Middle management gets a bad name. Mm-hmm. But in this case, this is what she needs. She needs a middle manager that's going to be like, okay, we need this guy. We don't want to piss him off too much. We're not going to be high with him.
Yeah.
She needs someone who is going to take care of him and by taking care of him, take care of her. So listen, let's raise a glass to all the middle managers out there.
Drink up, you bastards.
See, this is what they need. She needs middle management. Ormund needs HR.
100%. Now, Ulf, I mean, how many episodes in a row are we going to see Ulf unhappy? You know what I mean? This is not going well.
He should be taken care of. This is really 100%, like 100%. It's really seems a little weird for them to think that they can just say, look, you've got this dragon, but your ass belongs to me. That again, needs some middle management to sort of massage the situation. On the other hand, Ulf, I would have thought that he would have had some street smarts.
But he
does not, Bubba, because you don't go and say to your CEO, hey, you know what? Word out on the street is that you're just stealing from the company straight up.
Queen of Bastards. And I want to say this, listeners, if you were eagle-eye viewers to the graffiti that read Queen of Bastards, you would have noticed these colors, blue, red, and green, right next to Queen of Bastards. And they were kind of like sharp colors pointing down. Do you know what those are, Catfish?
No, Bubba.
We call Rhaenyra's bastards the strong boys, right? And if you look at the house strong sigil, guess what it is? It's got blue, red, and green
my goodness,
coming down to a point. So somebody put the house strong sigil next to Queen of Bastards.
Okay, so they're not they're being specific then.
Right. This is political comedy. This is like Bill Maher doing it.
Oh boy. All right, and just as precise. Okay, good.
Let's get to the final dragon seed in this episode, since Adam wasn't in it. He walks in, and the first thing out of her mouth before he said anything is she kind of snaps at him. Look, I haven't had time. You're going to get a goddamn house. Give me a break. And he's like, whoa. I'm here because you're sending that drunkard Ulf to Tumbleton. Let me go. And so she turns around and lets him go. Is this a good idea to send somebody with a quote unquote conflict of interest to Tumbleton?
It's definitely not, but also it's one less person who will ask her for something if she gets rid of them.
This is a great idea. Wait a minute, you're my queen. We have a seamstress here who wants to shear the sheep. You know what? Send her to Tumbleton. Wait, what? This guy here, he's a butcher. He says he doesn't have any meat. Send him to you go to Tumbleton. Get the hell out. I love it.
All right.
Do you want to go to Daemon next? Because he kind of has his own bit of trouble in this episode. Last episode, he was so focused. He was like, hey, kill Darren, kill Darren, kill Darren. This episode, he's got two things. He's been sent to get men and gold from Jane Eyre at the Vale at the castle of the Eyrie.
Hey, he's half successful.
Right, he did get gold. Who knows if it's enough, but he did get 2 bags of gold that you saw him put on his dragon. The other thing he was supposed to do.
Where that gold going to go, Bubba?
That is a great question. Do you want to talk about that now? Where is that gold going to go? Mysaria is obviously saying, hey, give it to the people. Daemon saying, hey, the gold cloaks, my buddies, you got to pay them or they won't, keep the peace. They'll, be pissed off. What's the right answer? Where should that gold go? Should the gold go to just get food so everybody gets food, whether you're a gold cloak or a peasant? What do you say?
I would say I might have split the baby here. Everybody's suffering, but everybody gets a little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
But that does cause trouble for we talked about a couple things that you talked about last episode came to fruition here. And that's what happens when you talk about like 20 million different problems. That one of them was the beef between Mysaria and Daemon. And of course, what she does here is she favors Mysaria when who's the one that got the gold? It's our boy Daemon. He went and got the gold, but he also misbehaved. Because you asked what would he do if he found out who was writing Sheep Stealer. And he did indeed find out who was writing Sheep Stealer.
What now, Catfish? I'm going to give a bit of spoiler about you. You treat your puppies like they're your kids. Have you ever had a puppy make this bad a mistake? And that's not fair to say about Rhaenyra, but Rhaenyra, he's just learned that his daughter has made a huge mistake. She was pledged to watch over her siblings. She didn't. She let them peace out to Pentos. She now has seemingly caused the death of Jace. What is there a right answer? And it feels like Daemon, what is the classic thing? No half measures. Is this a half measure? I'll just kill this innocent shepherd in the mountain and use his skull for my own purposes? Oh.
Well, I do have to say, though, that I think she makes a very good plea, and it's something that I hadn't heard from her earlier, which is that she felt completely incomplete and not a part of the family because she wasn't able to bond with a dragon. And so she wants to be a dragon rider to feel like she is a real member of the family. So she had a wish in the worst way, and that's how it came true in the worst way.
Boy, oh boy. How about this? Is Daemon's solution going to fool everybody? It didn't fool Mysaria, but it feels like Rhaenyra, when all is said and done, she accepts it. Like, I guess as long as Rhaena and Sheep Stealer don't do anything else, they could get away with it. I mean, nobody's really going to be paying attention to the Vale since all the trouble is in kind of the exact opposite direction down in Tumbleton. Could Rhaena get away with it if she just, stays away?
There's no way she's going to get away with it. Obviously not. Sheep Stealer cannot be controlled.
No.
But I think Daemon also does the right thing, just because, clearly it was not her intent, right? So because it wasn't her intent, so what's he going to do? Kill her? I mean, yeesh.
You could disinherit her. You could send her to the... Well, you can't send her to the wall. She's a woman. I'm trying to think what would be the worst. You could marry her off.
Rhaenyra wants her dead.
Yes.
So there's no other choices. Kill her or don't kill her. And, I think he makes this choice now because he's like, this is the most expedient thing. Also, don't forget, when you're carrying a lot of cash on you, you don't want to cause trouble, right? You get into a beef, you might lose the cash. I thought he was going to lose it a few times. I'm like, great. It's going to spill all over the ground. And then he's like, great. I got to go back to the Vale. Oh, I spilled my Coke. Can I refill it?
Hell yeah. Well, how is she going to discover it? Is it Rhaena and Sheep Stealer are going to do something else stupid? How is
I mean, that
Rhaenyra
seems to be
how is
their
Rhaenyra
thing,
gonna-
right? That's their thing.
Oh boy, how can they mess this up? I'm trying to think. Theoretically, Sheepstealer is far enough away, once again, from Tumbleton and King's Landing and even kind of Harrenhall, but maybe closest to Harrenhall in and the forces there. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. But Sheepstealer's gonna we know Sheepstealer's gonna mess it up. They rebuilt this set from the Eyrie. It's not like they had it in storage from Game of Thrones and said, "Hey, let's pull that set out." No, they rebuilt this set from scratch, Catfish, and redid it. So you don't just do it for one scene. They're going to come back to the Eyrie, and oh yeah, I wonder. Okay, finally, you want to get to Alicent and Helena because this is not good. Alicent is trying to be, trying to provide Rhaenyra answers. Rhaenyra wants answers, right? Like she goes to everybody for answers. Alicent's like, well, my cousin dislikes bad smells. I mean, what do you want me to say? And so
she sold out my boy Ormund.
She did. She said my brother Gwaine thought he was a bit mean, but I don't know. Maybe Gwaine thinks everybody's mean, But then she talks a bit about, hey, the best thing I did as a mother was give up this one son so he didn't have to live as a Targaryen in this castle. He could live like a Hightower. And that turns out not to have been a great move either when all is said and done.
No.
But the worst is Helena is preggers. Helena has got at least one in the oven. If you try to think of the time-wise how this would be, you would assume that before, it had to have happened before, maybe on Aegon's coronation day. Because if you think about season 2, in the first episode of season 2, one of her son got decapitated, Helena's son. So certainly they're not going to make a child after that. In the 4th episode, her husband, King Aegon,
maybe it was just grieving,
grieving booty call. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I bet it was on his coronation day. He was like, you know what, wife, let's have another kid. And
I am the king.
So how about this? What do you do if you're Helena and Alicent, and if that child, and I mean, think of it this way. What did Helena and Alicent want? They wanted to go. They wanted to be free and be left alone. Now, Rhaenyra cannot let you out if there's a chance, say she's 2 months away from giving birth, however along she is, 3 months away. I can't tell. Could you tell underneath all those clothes how many months pregnant she is?
No.
Rhaenyra can't let her go if she's going to have a boy. I mean, and then is Rhaenyra going to have to kill a just born kid? This is horrific.
Well, as Patman says, there's one person who's very excited at that possibility, and it's George R.R. Martin.
He sure is. He's like, I haven't had any juices flowing. Let's pull out the typewriter. Let's go. But do you have a guess, Catfish? What are they going to do? How long can you hide a pregnancy? Oh, my Lord. Can you hide it until after the Tumbleton situation is taken care of? Oh, boy. I mean, doesn't Helena have handmaidens who would know this stuff?
Yeah, but the question is, did they leave the handmaidens that she had because big whoop, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh.
All right. It's going to be tough. All right. Come on. Let's get
going.
going.
Let's go to Team Green real quick. We've kind of talked a bit about it before. Do you want to get to this horrific scene with the soldiers? We already talked about there was the horrific attack on Alicent from Lord Jasper in one of the earlier episodes, episode 2. And now we got another attempt stopped, thank goodness. But then Ormund, what did you think of his justice here? He's like, hey, you broke guess right. You are going to be gelded. You broke this woman's arm. Your arm is broken. You can keep being a part of my entourage, my Hightower army, but you do anything else out, goodbye head. What do you think about that? Like it? Don't like it? What says you?
I mean, I like it. It made me think for a second, okay, this guy is going to be reasonable. And this is what I thought too. And we'll see how it ends up when he dispensed justice on the other end, if anyone suspects. But I thought this is a smart move. Okay, get these town people on your side.
Yeah.
If it's possible, have them think, you know what? It is better. This Footlys was a d-bag, and his wife was just a biatch, and this guy's better. So I thought maybe this is his move here. It turns out not to be his move, but you know what? He just he's the kind of person where it's like, all right, look, I don't know who started it, but you're both punished.
Yeah, he did. He in the end, and then he did the classic. How do people dislike it? He did the Ned Stark. The person who does the sentence has to swing the sword. Prince Darion.
I did the sentence, but you swing the sword.
It's just like that. What do you think of Darren? Darren to me seems a bit Tommen-esque, but somebody pushing Tommen to be quote unquote stronger. Thoughts?
Well, the interesting thing is that, he seems to be listening, but also smartly wary, because it's weird. He has this bond with his dragon. Ormund, I don't know how Ormund hasn't gotten roasted already for his trash talk of the dragon, but, I have a feeling that our boy Ormund is going to go out hot. He came in hot, and I think he's going to go out hot.
Well, speaking of hot, he gets the raven from Harrenhall. Aemond ain't coming. And Prince Darren's really smart. He tells that page boy, leave the room for a bit, kid. Ormond goes ham on this table. Of course, Lord Footlys like, that was my table. Shut up.
Well, you know what? It's funny. He got so upset.
Yes.
That I thought that the letter had been poorly scented. That's how upset he got. Because at that point, we already knew that he hated bad odors. And I thought, oh, man, this is it.
Man.
So it was like, who scented this with rose water instead of ivy?
Now, how about this? Do you think Ormond hates dragons because they smell funny? He's like, there's a taint in your blood, Darren. Your brothers are lost, but you remain a Hightower. You must be king. Now, let me say, listeners, everybody's like, you read the books. I did read the books, but last week when I suggested, well, what if suddenly everybody says, no, you should be king, you should be king. Oh, my Lord, we're getting a clash of kings. Suddenly, Ormond saying, no, Darren, forget your brothers. You've got to be kings. Holy smokes, this is crazy. This is terrible. Darren, you've got to grow up fast, kid. Whoa.
And I'm ready for it.
Sorry, any other thoughts about Ormond, or we got to get quickly to King Aegon and Larys Clubfoot?
Let's get it. You know what? I've been, as you notice, I've been very high on Ormond, but let's move on. There's no need to talk anymore in this podcast about Ormond.
Okay. How about this? Would you pay a penny to touch a dragon? Let's hear it. That's the going rate I hear. A penny, touch a live or probably dead dragon.
Is this Catholic school dance rules? Neck and above?
Aegon is, I'm trying to think what the true expression is, what the catchphrase is, but he is not going down without a fight. His pride is not going down without a fight. He's like, hey, Larys is like, quit touching the dragon. We're going to get into trouble. He doesn't want to do that. They go into the city. The guy in charge of the city is Janos, apparently. He's maybe a knight, Sir Janos, I believe I heard at one time, who hates river folk.
I don't think he was officially knighted, if you ask me. That's just me.
True. That's probably true. So Larys is like, hey, I can work with herbs and I can read. And the guy says, Aegon, you'll work the latrine. Aegon, real quickly. You know what? I can read just as well as he can. That was hilarious. But Aegon, you're getting put with the guy who stutters, who they're coldly calling Tangletongue. And we've got a new spin-off, Tangletongue and Mangleface. Oh, ice cold. If you're the king, how are you putting up with this? Dang.
You know what? I don't know, but he did. I was actually surprised. And it seemed a little off character for him that he's been able to kiss the gross foot. Because to me, it seems like this amount of shame at this point, he hasn't gotten low enough to accept it that he would just strike out, as he does right before, what kind of leader are you? Blah, 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 blah. And then immediately he gives in. It wasn't that. believable for me. This is one of the things in the episode I was just like, no, I don't. You haven't shown us that he's ready to do this yet.
All right, let's list his issues, though. I mean, he's got a million. Okay. He's been declared dead. His brother, Aemon, tried to kill him. His older sister took his throne. He's literally been burnt alive. His brother, Aemon, implied that he was going to finish the job. He's out on the road. He's traveling like a peasant, even if he's not a peasant. He is traveling like a peasant. Now, he can't, now because nobody really knows who he is, they think he got burned in when Aemon burned Sharp Point at the end of, not at the end, well, near the end of season 2. So how much lower can you go? What else has to happen to him?
Look, he was hungry, and by the end of the episode, he did get something in his mouth.
Catfish, ice cold. You're my ice cold of the week. That's brutal. Real quickly, did you talk enough about Criston Cole's insane plan here? And how about this? Where do you think Aemon is? He was at Harrenhall. I think he's still got to be there, right? Maybe she took him to the Isle of Faces, which is the island in the middle of the lake that Harrenhall's on there. But
I'm just not sure how she could have gotten close to him without a little bit of, unless she can kind of somehow communicate with dragons and be like, look, I'm just taking care.
Right. But this is a great point. But my thought, maybe if she put Aemon in a boat, rowed him out to the island in the middle of this lake, and then Vhagar sees this and follows, because if Vhagar has a connection too, maybe that's the only way you could hide a dragon. But there's no way you can hide a dragon the size of Vhagar any other way. I mean, this is.
Yeah, no, she definitely spirited him away somehow. I just don't know how she was able to spirit him away without getting roasted.
Okay. How about do you want to speculate on where Aemon is, or how is? There's no way Aemon's dead. We haven't seen him.
Oh no. He's not dead. He's not dead.
Any want to speculate on Criston Cole's? We're gonna do guerrilla warfare plan against 20 times the men. This.
You know what? They're gonna come out of the woods. They're gonna sting him. They're gonna sting him.
Just like how did he describe it? The scorpion attacks the ox.
Yeah.
Can a scorpion kill an ox?
Bite, sting.
I'm telling Mother.
Sting. All right, Bubba.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that felt like a long time. We went through everything. Okay, so finally we get to vote for the team of the week. Green or black? We've got a vote from Link Hogthrob.
Love it.
Link says Team Green wins the week. Rhaenyra is surviving and not thriving.
That's very true, Link Hogthrob on Blue Sky. Thank you so much. Boy, that's a good vote. Might influence mine. Catfish, who you voting for this week?
Team Make Westeros Dragon Free.
Oh my God, you want me on your side because that is the best answer. What team is this? This is a great team, but oh my God.
Yeesh. All right, Bubba. So who was your team of the week?
Dang it. How about this? Mm-hmm. I'm going to be Team Jane Eyre of the week. Because if I could get rid of Daemon, yes, I would pay any amount too. You want 2 bags of gold? Give him 2 bags of gold. Get the hell out of my house.
I'm telling Mother.
All right, Bubba. Then now we have MVP of the week. And again, just to say, just because a team wins doesn't mean that the MVP of the week has to be on that team. Bubba, who is your MVP of the week? Well, before we do that, Link Hogthrob also has an MVP of the week. The guy who got his feet kissed. Though I feel like he pays for that later. All right, Bubba, who is your MVP of the week?
I'm going to go. Boy, I just had it. Oh, Alice Rivers. Why? She literally had Criston Cole and Gwaine and the Hightower army show up at Harrenhall. And they're like, who are you? And she goes, well, I guess I'm a bit of a steward. They didn't seem to have a problem with it, and now they're leaving, so she still has Harrenhall. She wants Harrenhall. She's got it. Hey, she's my MVP. Who's your MVP?
All right, Bubba. Well, I told you there was no need to keep talking about Ormund because I'm keep voting for him. He is my MVP of the week.
What?
He brought it funny. He brought it hard. He's scaring me and delighting me at the same time, Bubba.
Oh, no.
I'm afraid what will happen to me if I don't vote him MVP of the week. So that is my MVP. Bubba,
I'm
we've
telling
got
Mother.
instant or delayed karma of the week. We got a response from Link Heartthrob. Karma of the week is Aegon the Second.
Aegon kissing the foot. That is karma for. I mean, he did do bad things, and he, it's implied he sexually assaulted a girl back in season 1. So yeah, but this isn't enough. Well, maybe it is enough karma. You do that, but then you get roasted. All the things I said, roasted live, all this other stuff. So he keeps getting karma, and I feel like he needs one more. Theon Greyjoy, aka Reek, he went through a lot of stuff. Has King Aegon gotten that low yet? Who's your karma of the week, Catfish? I got to figure out mine. Who's yours?
Everyone Ormund comes into contact with.
Catfish. Poor Lord Footley. Come on.
Lord and Lady Footley.
Oh, man. All right. Well, okay. I figured it out. This is going to be very instant karma of the week. It's Alan. Literally, he's was going to get his name. Like, literally, it's like, son, I can't give you anything. My castle's burned. My ships are destroyed, but I'm going to give you my name. Literally, 2 weeks later, he's not getting the name. His dad is pieced out, and now he has to go to a lot of small council meetings. Great job.
Oof.
Alan, you really are suffering. Oh, boy.
I'm telling Mother.
All right, Bubba. Now our Joffrey of the week. Once again, Link's come in, and finally, Link is getting the correct answer.
What?
The Joffrey of the week is Ormond for overusing mayhaps and petulantly sword forking the table.
You got to do it if that table deserves it. Oh, boy. My Joffrey of the week. Again, I need a bit of time to think, Catfish. Who is your Joffrey of the week?
Bubba, you'll be surprised to hear that my Joffrey of the week is Ormond. Bubba, he's dissing people. He's taking baths. He's stepping out of the bath and showing Lord Footley that a foot's not enough. And Lady Footley also that a foot's not enough. And he's scenting himself up, and he has taken names. He is just doing it all here, Bubba. He provides the comedic relief and also is the most frightening person in this episode for doing it all. My Joffrey of the week is Ormond. All right, Bubba. Who is your Joffrey of the week?
Now, this is for a throwback to our listeners who were listening to us, a decade ago on the Joffrey of Podcast about Game of Thrones. My Joffrey of the week, what was Joffrey known for, Catfish? What was King Joffrey known for on the original show? For faking his death and going after the real usurpers. So for that, my Joffrey of the week is Senator Mitch McConnell.
I'm telling Mother.
All right, Bubba. Also very, very timely. Very timely, Bubba. All right. Well, listen, Bubba, holy cow. Now we've got our small council debate, Bubba.
Yes, we have.
We have got to talk about, we've talked about Helene already. So our small council debate should be about how you're feeling about that at the halfway point of season 3. I feel like we covered a little bit, but let's just focus on this small council debate. Put your earrings in the cup, Bubba.
All right, my studs are in the cup. I would say it like this. It felt like, and I'm making a generality, but it felt like from people who posted online, season 2 was generally a disappointment. That's how people kind of felt. But what is interesting about season 2 is people didn't feel that way until the end. Season 2, episode 4 had the incredible dragon fight where Rhaenys and her dragon were killed, where King Aegon, as I keep talking about, got roasted. His dragon got roasted. And if you listen to the community around episode 4, everybody was like, this show is doing great. It was only at the end of episode 8 where everybody went like, that didn't feel like a full story. It felt like it left in an odd place. And so that the ending really kind of ruined what had a lot of good moments in it, season 2, for people generally. What I would say is possibly scary is I thought the first episode of season 3 has been great. I thought the second episode has been great. I thought the third episode had been great. This episode, now admittedly, I said it at the top, you got to do building blocks to get us to the end, and we need them. But this episode was to me like a kind of mid House of the Dragon episode. Maybe it's just this middle section. I think I've had spoilers about some big things coming up in certainly episode 6 and at the end. But so I'm cautiously optimistic this is going to be the best season. How about that? 3 out of 4 have been great. If they can keep that batting average of 75%, this is going to be a great season. That's how I'm feeling at the halfway point. I guess a tiny bit fearful that we could have a similar kind of drop off, but that's how I'm feeling at the midway point. How are you feeling halfway through season 3?
Well, Bubba, let me just answer sort of your trepidation with a question for you.
Okay.
So we know that the producers were sort of caught kind of unawares in the previous season, but this season they know. So I think they were put in a tough position last season, and I think they're going to do better. I have enjoyed all these episodes. As I said, I think, you've got to do a good job that basically, just like the sexposition, we're going to give you a lot of information, but we're going to make it entertaining. That Ormund was basically the sex part of the sexposition, just shining bright across this whole episode. Again, my concerns with how he thinks things should be related to the modern day. Actually, it's strangely really kind of brought me down a little bit about women, but I think they're doing a great job, and I have confidence in them. So I feel very optimistic about the rest of the season.
All right, that's the right attitude. Listeners, how are you feeling halfway through season 3? We've got 4 episodes. We've got 4 more to go. Please, if you're listening to the audio podcast, reach out to us on our social media channels at PHQ. If you're on YouTube, go down in those comments. Tell us your thoughts. And hey, let's get to your fun thoughts with Match Game 2, Catfish. Let's hear it.
All right. Queen Rhaenyra's small council is so small.
How small is it?
It's so small that it makes Daemon's blank look big.
This is a good question, I hope. Let's see.
Okay, let's see. All right, Bubba. Queen Rhaenyra's small council is so small. How small is it? It's so small that it makes Daemon's blank look big.
Catfish, it makes his dragon look big.
Yeah, all right, Bubba.
No, I think I just saw your answer, Catfish. I'm already giggling. All right, Catfish.
Yeah.
Her small council is so small, it makes Daemon's blank look big.
His balls.
Catfish, they've cut those out of the... How terrible. Okay, hey, let's go to it. Here's from Holly Hunt Pants. It's so small, it makes Daemon's compassion for Rheana look big.
Oh my God. All right, Bubba. I think this is fairly close. Our good old friend Double M Matt Murdoch says it's so small it makes Daemon's membership look big.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you go there. Ouch. Gen X Cat Mom said it's so small it makes Daemon's humility look big. Oh. Ouch.
That is great. Okay, we've got a reference to another show that Matt Smith is in. He said it's so small that it makes Daemon's TARDIS look big, but it's bigger on the inside. That's an orange cane of blue sky. So good.
Yeah. Nicole Knife Wolf Nim said it's so small it makes Daemon's heart look big because it grew 5 times bigger this episode when he finally remembered he was a father. Oh, Nicole, ouch.
All right, Jackson Collar, this is very good. It said it's so small that it makes Daemon's shot at sitting on the Iron Throne look big.
Ice cold. Hey, Hamlet is Dead said it's so small it makes Daemon's double P look big.
Double P?
Puny patience. Oh,
Oh man! And Patman said it's so small it makes Damon's sense of shame look big.
ouch, ouch, Uncle Q. It makes Damon's little white lie look big.
Oh, very good. And Link Hogthrob, you ring the bell. He says it makes Damon's wiener look big.
Link, I saw this when you posted it, and I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. But Cam Shay 23 is keeping it clean.
Good.
The small council makes Damon's brain, which he doesn't always think with, look big. Heck yeah.
Nice. And Cam Shay, Bubba, is asking for more.
Oh, what?
These podcasts that go on for hours, it's not enough. Cam Shay wants a book spoiler section on this podcast, Bubba.
Well, Cam Shay, we are really kind of busy right now, but let me say I've actually had that thought because this is one of these weird things where specifics are not like the book at all, but theoretically, I think the end point for many characters is going to be exactly the same. That's what I'll say. So I don't think I'll do it anytime soon, but I could do a book spoiler podcast. Thank you.
All right, Bubba, how about some more feedback on this episode? We gave our ratings now and we blathered on, and now we've got some feedback from you. DC Ewing says, I think a lot of Rhaenyra's hesitation in allowing Corlys to legitimize his boys lies with her denial of the bastardy of her boys.
Of course, yes.
After all, the graffiti about Queen of Bastards really sent her off.
It did, and we didn't talk about too much about how the Gold Cloaks are really making the situation even worse by being
They absolutely are. All right, Bubba, look, Link Hogthrob. I love Link Hogthrob.
Feedback.
Also made sure to put Ormund in his rating, but he gave this 6.5 out of 10 quadruple O's.
Quadruple O's.
Oddly outstanding olfactory Ormonds.
Heck yeah.
Or triple H's.
Wait, triple H's?
Helena's hidden heirs. I said hairs. Sorry. She may have hidden hairs as well, but hidden heirs. Perhaps we've been spoiled this season with so much action and intrigue, but I felt this episode was a ton of setup for the final push to the end, Bubba. Yeah. This is why you love Link so much, because you're on the same page.
We are. We got feedback on last week's episode 3 from Caro Joso. She wrote, "Hey crew, thank you so much for the great discussion about this show. I love that it goes on so long. Thank you." Caro Joso continued, "I truly enjoyed the debate about all the problems the Queen has to deal with. What Caro says, I think her main problem is the little folks, the small folks. They will always be a pawn against a compassionate opponent." Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, all right. As a pawn, I love it. Yeah. Even when the small folk are a problem, it's only because they're a pawn.
Hey, no.
All right. The BMW says Rhaenyra didn't legitimize Adam and Alan because she didn't want to legitimize Ulf and Hugh.
Oh, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that.
The Maester or Septon also told her he didn't like bastards on dragons.
Ouch, cold. Wendy Mills, who's been giving us great feedback, said this episode, meaning episode 3, was a quadruple R. Holy
quadruple R?
A right royal rat roast. And she goes, all she had going through her head during it was this line from a song by UB40. "There's a rat in my kitchen. What am I gonna do?" Let me say, this is a complete aside to make this podcast even longer. When I was in college, I worked for the college radio station. And we got to have a contest for a local band, which if they won, they got to open for UB40 at Lakewood Amphitheater in Atlanta. It was the greatest contest. I was the radio station's promotions director. I was so proud. Heck yeah, UB40.
Good job. Good job. All right. And Dr. Det Fink said, Rhaenyra is coming to the realization that the national debt of Westeros is going to lead to the people screaming, "The rent is too damn high."
Oh, man, I'd vote for that. Heck yeah. DV wrote, "I don't know what Rhaenyra expected. She just wants her throne, but she has never thought through what she would do with it. At least Daemon had a plan, a violent plan, but a plan." Okay.
All right. Dennis Christos, talking about episode 3 again, said Rhaenyra triumphant gets a 9.5 double B rating from me.
Double B?
It was a Boffo bottle episode. Throughout the entirety of the Game of Thrones franchise, we haven't been given an episode based on a concept of telling its story through one character's POV.
I like it.
A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms came close and won, but alas, no cigar. That prize goes to the exquisite writing, direction, camera work, alongside Ramin Djawadi's score and sound design, which firmly supported stellar acting, especially Emma Darcy's turn in this one. Peak House of the Dragon drama, in my opinion.
Heck yeah. I loved last week too, Dennis. Thank you guys for all your feedback. We need even more. If you're not watching Silo,
give us more.
Join us on Silo. Hey, and if you want to tell me that I got the rating perfect or wrong, you can reach me on social media at Fit and Trim. That's FITTENTRIM at Fit and Trim on social media.
And I'm Catfish. You can hit me up at G to the man. That is GEETOTHEMAN on Instagram and Blue Sky. And you can always hit us up at Double PHQ or email us at hello@doublepmedia. And we'll talk to you next week on the Joffrey of Podcasts.
I'm telling Mother.
Co-starring Ormund.
You love that guy.
I loved him. And then all of a sudden I did not.